Hello friends, hello. Alrighty, so okay, let me get myself pulled up here. And let's see. Hey there, Miss MJ. Thank you so much for fitting me in and all the good things, and hopefully Miss Pauline as well. And I mean, work is work, I get it. So thank you so much, like I said, for having me. I really do appreciate it. Alright, so I am in the Crafters Gone Wild event. It is a free event group, so please check them out and join them. And it is hosted by my wonderful friend MJ from GMA's workshop, along with Miss Sarah, Miss Pauline, and Miss Brenda. They help her host this event. So thank you so much for having me. Hi there, Miss Yadi. Your snowman was adorable. I also have some snowmen, but nowhere near what you did. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much. I'm glad that I was able to still be a part of the event today. And I'm just going to finish to get myself shared into a few places. Y'all, let me tell you, don't go to the grocery store the day before you're expected to have bad weather, because everybody and their mama is out in the grocery store and trying to get their groceries, even if it's a pickup. It's ridiculous. So hey there, Miss Mary. Okay, so let me turn you guys down and I am going to show you, so I'm going to show you the papers that I will be working with, okay? And then we're going to actually construct an album. Let me get it a little bit further this way. Okay, so you see, I have snowmen. See how cute they are? I have little snowmen on my papers. I know, you're awesome. Thank you. So I've been sorting through my paper, deciding what I'm keeping and what I'll be selling. And I came across these ones last night and I was like, this will be perfect for today's event, and then immediately I knew what I wanted to do with them. So these are scrapbook papers that are single-sided, okay? So they will work perfect for what I have in mind. And so it was like a set. So we have the snowman, there is a small gingham, there is snowflakes, blue snowflakes on a white background, there's like a checkered, there's white snowflakes on a blue background, there's this one that has words, frosty, snow boots, frostbite, happy holidays, 'tis the season, sledding, snow days. And then I love this one with the mittens. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. So many times when we have papers that are single-sided, we wonder, how can we use those in a journal? And that is what I want to show you guys today. So we're going to build an album that is specific for using with papers that are single-sided, okay? So if I'm not mistaken, I already have two pieces that are pre-cut from the last time I was cutting, and that'll be perfect. Yeah. So, and then I just need to get my strip box and get me a spine. Hello there, Miss Brenda. How are you? Thank you for the sprinkles. Hello there, Miss Melissa. Thank you so much for popping in, friend. I appreciate that. So y'all have seen my box before. This is just a, and I put all of my extra pieces from where I've been cutting stuff and all the things. Okay, that one's really long. I don't want a really long one this time. I need a short piece. You can tell me I don't have a short piece? Okay, that's too short. I'm like, with all the pieces of stuff that I cut, you would think that I would have a piece. Oh, it's all good. We'll use that one right there. So, this box right here has become my holder for all of my extra pieces when I'm cutting chipboard. And then I just keep it under my desk, so whenever I need a piece, and it usually ends up being the piece of the spine, I know where to go look. Hello there, Chandra. Welcome in. Okay, so this one, alright, so I have here that this measures 5 1/4, and it's going to be by 8 1/2, because these sheets are 8 1/2 by 11, and so that means I have to cut this piece down though, because see how tall it is? It's going to be too tall. So we're just going to give it the good old measuring. Yay, see, we have more presenters left. Hey there, Miss Carla. So since I'm all up in a tizzy, please remind me who is up after me then, please, because I am such a mess today. It worked out that my internet decided to act up earlier, because now that Miss Pauline is still at work, I'm able to come and be here for her. And then Miss Lori actually went on during my time, so if you guys missed anybody, please, I know I have to go back and try to catch replays. Okay, now obviously that's too small. I have learned that I need to throw stuff away. Yes, I meant to message you that I got it. It came in today. I saw it. I haven't opened it yet, but I saw it come in. I've been in a bit of a mess. Okay, so these need to be covered, which I will probably end up covering with some like fabric or something. But for now, we're actually going to work on here. Oh, seasonal reasons is up after me, you guys. So make sure we stay tuned. And I'm going to grab some plain cardstock. Give me a second. I keep my white cardstock where my printer is because, you know, I normally use it to print off my printables. And see how this is going to be the perfect height right there, so that'll work out. Hey there, Miss Teresa. Yeah, I'm excited to open up my pack. I always like it when I get packages, y'all. That's just me. Okay, so what we are going to do, okay, is, why do I have this like this? I need this open because we actually are going to score. Okay, so we are actually going to score our paper, and because our spine that we have picked to have is 1.5 inches, which is it's 2.5, which is a little bit larger than I normally do my spines, but for this it will work out fine. If I have time, yes. If I have time. That'll be the kicker. Yeah, who's getting all this freezing weather other than us? I know we're supposed to be getting it. Okay, so I need to score this. Okay, we are going to want to leave enough on each end that we can glue onto the back of our board. Okay, so first let's trim this down. So this, the height of our spine is 8.5. Okay, I am going to cut it 8.5. I'm going to cut it down at 7. Are you getting any of the freezing weather, Miss Carla? Okay, so we need to make sure that we have at least about 2 inches on both ends so that that can go and glue onto our front and back cover. So that's going to be my first score. Okay, so I'm going to go 2 over here, and then I'm going to count 2 on this side, which from 11 would be to 9. Okay. You are MJ? Yeah, because you're up north, right, MJ? And then we're going to want to come in from there at about 1/2. And then another 1/2. Yes, ma'am. Southern Louisiana is getting ready for some gumbo weather. I like that that's what you're calling it, gumbo weather. You know, that's a good way to view it. I'll put it that way. That's definitely a good way to view it. Okay, so this is gonna be on our edge. This will need to be the next like coming onto the, what is it called, the spine part in Ohio. Yeah, so you're up north, so I figured that up north our friends were definitely going to be getting some of this icky weather, because I mean there's no other way to say it, but it's icky weather. Okay, and then 1/2 and 1/4, and then 1/2 after the 1/4, so that would put us here, and then 1/4, and then 1/2, and then 1/4. Y'all, they messed my husband's schedule up so bad. So they have him, they wanted him, it was weird. They wanted him to work and then to be off. They wanted him to work tonight and be in tomorrow for training. Like, what the heck? Have y'all, like, lost your, you know, ever-living minds? That's another 1/2. Yeah, so we're going 1/2, 1/4, 1/2, 1/4, 1/2, 1/4, 1/2, 1/4, 1/2, 1/4, and then another 1/2, and then quarter, and then another half. This one might be wonky at the end. All schools in Iowa were called off today because of the negative. Ooh, Miss Janet, that's gotta be harsh. Well, I'm sure the kids were happy, but you know, that's got. Anytime the school is canceled, I know it's hard on the parents, especially when your jobs still expect you to go into work. Because then you're scrambling, right? So all I'm doing right now is just folding, just so that I can, so it'll work with me, okay? And y'all will see here in a second what we're trying to do, if this will cooperate with me. So there's a few ways. Oh, they had virtual classes. Well, at least they didn't lose any school time. That's good. I know, I'm waiting to see a few counties south from us have already called off classes for Monday. I don't know what they're gonna do here, which means that I don't know yet if I'm actually gonna be in person teaching on Monday or virtual classes. I'm really hoping that if the weather does get nasty, that we'll just go to virtual. We normally do, but everybody is essentially waiting to see what happens Sunday. Because based off of that is what, you know. Yeah, exactly, you know? It's like, okay, well, if you need me to work, you know, either I'm bringing my kids in, or, right? Okay. So, it's all at least foldable right now. Now remember, we did cut it smaller than our edges, and we did that on purpose, and you guys will see here in a bit why. Okay, so we're going to start by the long 2-inch one. We're going to glue onto our board. So this is one of those where you have to do all of this work first before you can even actually really cover, you know, and decorate your actual journal cover. So we line everything up, make sure. Hello there. How are you doing, Miss Alicia? Thank you for joining me. Okay. Then remember we had a quarter, right? So that quarter, we're going to leave it open for the bend of the book. And then the second quarter is the one that I'm going to glue onto the spine part. Okay? So you're definitely going to want to use maybe something like our glitter glue, Berry glue, or something like this turbo one that dries a little on the faster side, just so that you can, you know, be able to work in between your dry times. So I hope everybody is doing well. Okay. And we're going to be smart. We're actually going to do this number while we work on this side, gluing this down. So again, this is the 2-inch side, and so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue that quarters to someone who cares. I hear ya. I'd be like, I remember there was one time that my daughter, I had to go get my daughter from school. This was back when they were still in public school. And I had to go get my daughter from school because I got a call that she wasn't doing well. But I had to come back to work. So guess what? She went to work with me. I'm like, y'all want me in here? Well, and there's nobody at the house to watch her, so guess what? She's coming with. That's just how it goes. And I'm just going to make sure that I actually have this in the same general. And then I'm going to wait to glue the rest later. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. The half, they're gonna become a mountain, okay? They're gonna become a mountain. And then that quarter, our valley, is what gets glued down. Okay? My kids and grandkids have come to work with me. Yeah. There was one time back when I was working at Panera at the time, and oh darn it, I did that one wrong. And my ex at the time was bringing them to me from Covington. This is back when I still lived in Savannah, and I was trying to finish off my time of work there. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit bigger. Oh well, as long as I can get that there, we'll be fine. And my manager walked in, and I had literally a bunch of kids just sleeping on the sofas in the lobby, and I was like, look, they had to come home with me. I mean, you know, there was nobody at the house to pick them up, to get them, and this was the only time he could drop them off, so that's just how it's gonna go. When I was 16, my aunt got me a sitter for the mornings. Mornings are normally not that bad, I think. But hey, I mean, you know, gotta do what you gotta do, right? Well, here in the state of Georgia, as long as you have a 13-year-old, I think is the age, they can watch over their siblings. So, yeah. You don't know where I'm going with this folding thing. Well, I know that. That's why I'm trying to show y'all. I always get my scores wrong, but you have to have a mountain and a valley, a mountain and a valley. Okay. So the way this is going to work, now I can glue this other piece on. You're lost as well. I think I'm gonna have to maybe start doing some journaling 101 classes with all the different types of bindings that exist, so that all my friends can learn. Okay. Other than that, did not stay down. Of course it did not stay down because it wants to be a rebel. I said stay. Okay. Alright, so I have my folds, right? And I have my little valleys, as we've learned. Okay? So, this is what we're going to do with our papers. Okay? I'm going to take my paper. I see you think you know what I'm doing. Awesome! I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that somebody's not 100% lost. That would be great, Miss Janet. Okay, so whenever we do a book, we want our pages to be slightly smaller, correct? So that means that I need to cut these just a tad bit smaller. So I'm going to measure and cut all of my papers to that height. Okay, so I just said that I needed to cut this, and it will put my pages at, so we'll pull my pages. Let's do 8 even, that way I am constantly, that way I know what I'm doing with all my pages. Okay, so we're gonna cut them at 8. Hello, Wick. Welcome in, buddy. I'm sure y'all have seen this before. Okay, so right now we're getting the height of our pages. They need to be at 8. And make sure that if it's directional, that you're paying attention to that. Because I will tell you, I'm one of the first ones that I will mess up and put that pattern paper in wrong. So don't feel bad. I am definitely not perfect, my friends. I love what I do, but I definitely don't know it all. And I make mistakes. Okay, so let's start with those ones first. I'm gonna keep my board near just in case. Alright. If you saw this before, you would be lost. Okay. Well, I hope not. Now, now I gotta make sure that my width of these, they're gonna be too long. So let's measure our papers again. This is how I measure. I come in and I look at what I'm working with and mark, and then I go to my board. I'm definitely not, but I guess I would need to write all these measurements down. It'll make it easier on y'all. But the thing about it is, if you do it this way, you could adapt this method to any. Oh, that has to be my half size. So, hey there, Miss Cindy. How are you, my friend? So if that is half, if that is my halfway point, then that means that this is where I need to trim it. So our length is going to be we'll do 10 1/4. So we'll go ahead and just do 10. We'll do 10 on this one. Okay, so 10. Let's come in here and we'll go 10 again. How are you doing, Miss Cindy? How is retired life treating you, my friend? I know you're able to craft more, which is really nice. But I know that usually for people who have worked their whole life, it can be hard. And 10. Right there. Alright. So now that I have them cut down, we can fold. Just folding in half. See, nothing complicated, just folding these pages in half. I'm just using my fingers here to make sure that they are butted up to each other. That was slightly off. It would be the last one. You would have to be difficult. You're the last one. Alright, now this is where we need to remember the height that we cut these to. Okay, so we cut these right at 7, and I like this ruler because I can mark on it. And it just helps. And then I can erase it afterwards. Okay. And then I'm going to come in here. And we're going to take our craft knife. Oh, schedule an appointment. What's going on? I hope everything's okay. And then I'm just going to cut my paper. We're cutting a little slit in our paper. Okay. But it doesn't go all the way through. You see that? It doesn't go all the way through. And we're going to do that with the other ones as well. So again, I just put my ruler in. Try to have it somewhat centered if possible. And then just cut through. Okay. We've got 2 more to go. And then we can start putting our pages in so y'all can see what we will be doing with these. I said once you understand it, it's actually not that hard. And then it actually makes a lot of sense. So remember that seasonal creations? Oh my gosh, I forget her name. She is up after me. So make sure that you guys are staying tuned for that. I'm trying to see. Seasonal Reasons, not Seasonal Creations. Seasonal Reasons is up after me. And then we still have 2 more creators after that. Hopefully Miss Pauline is able to get off work and she can come and join us. Because it's always so much fun to see what everybody is able to craft. Oh, ouch. I hope it's not kidney stones. I hope not, because those things hurt bad. Okay, so now that I have these cut, we're going to bring this back. Okay. And what we are going to do is we are going to slip our pages in, and hopefully I cut them long enough and they can slip in, and if not I just have to cut a tad bit more. Yeah, probably. I'm like, that's probably will end up being the case. Just cut a tad bit more. The other thing I want to do is let me, now that I'm ready, let me actually so that they're nice and flat. You can glue these together, as well. Okay, just like you can glue down your valleys. Hello there, Miss Jody. How are you? So if I come and I glue down and I slide my paper in, come on, I made the hole big enough this time. Okay, and then I glue my page side to side, I have a page now. You see that? See where I'm going with it now? Y'all understanding it now? Yes, hopefully, maybe. We love you too, Miss Jody. And we hope that you are doing well. We always want our friends to be doing good, right? That is always our heart's desire, is for our friends to be doing well. How did I glue? What? All I did was put a little bit of glue now here at the inside. Is that what you're talking about, Miss Yadi? I'm putting a little bit of glue in the middle here, in between, just enough to hold it together, because our paper will hold it. You understand now? So it's not that hard once you understand the concept. Oh, the page. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you how we'll do the page. I just need these to sit still for a second. Okay. So I'm going to use a glue stick for this. And Miss Carla might recognize this glue stick. So just whatever glue stick you like to use. Okay. Oh no, thank you. I do not need any snow. I definitely do not need any snow. And the reason why I'm using a glue stick is because of the fact that we all know wet will make our pages fold on us, right? Hello there, Miss Lori. Welcome in. Okay, so put it through. Make sure it goes all the way down. I'm going to need a little bit of glue on this side so that it can hold on to that part there. And once it's all the way down, like it should, then you just glue your... Now I'm using, like I said, a decorative scrapbook paper that... and I totally put it in the wrong way. It's supposed to go on the other side. So now I'm going to have to cut some of it off. That's on me for not paying attention to my paper. See? It was supposed to be on this side. But it's okay. Now I'll just make sure that everything is in this direction. I'll just have to cut papers. It'll be alright. So that's my first page. So this ends up being what's considered like a hard album. Okay. And I'm going to actually end up doing like a waterfall in here. So now we're going to just repeat that. You can do this with just plain cardstock and then decorate the cardstock, okay? But I'm using this paper because many times we have a lot of this beautiful single-sided paper, and one, it's flimsy by itself. This gives it strength. And two, we get to use it up and not have to worry about what am I going to do on the side that is blank. Okay. Let me get some of this extra glue off because I don't need all that extra glue there. I'll go ahead and put some on this side. Alright, and then same thing, we're going to come and go through. See, now this one I did right. And we're going to go through it all the way down. All the way down. And then glue to each other. See? And there's our second one. And that one I did put on right. See how I'm going to have to cut that? Okay. Then I'm going to do my next white one. Make sure that I put it on the right side again. So this is pretty quick, but I'll definitely do a more like I said, I think I'm going to start like I said, I think I need to do one-on-one type, so, and be better about giving you guys measurements so y'all can learn how to do all these different types of bindings. And you can make as many of these as you want. Hey there, Miss Sue! How are you doing, my sweet friend? I hope you are staying warm in this weather. Because Lord knows it's definitely not nice. You know, I don't know yet, Miss Alicia. I have no clue what I'm having for dinner yet. I guess I will be figuring that out once I get off of here. Because like I said, I have no clue what I'm doing. I mean, I know we just got groceries, so that's a good thing. So we have stuff, but I don't know yet what I'm doing. Well, what are you having for dinner then? Macaroni and cheese. Making it into a hamburger helper. Yum. I actually, you know, that was one of the things that I got from the grocery store was a pasta salad, and I plan on adding tuna. Because I love me a good pasta salad with some tuna in it. And then last but not least, the last one. Now we still have, you know, to decorate the pages and do, you know, cover our, cover the covers inside and out. So there's still a lot of stuff to do to this. I'm just glad that y'all got to see at least how this part gets put together. And this is going to turn into my blue Christmas winter journal that I've been wanting to do. So freezing here. Oh my gosh, -1. Well, we're all here in deep expectation of this ice storm. Because we ain't gonna get snow, we'll get ice. Because that's all we normally ever get anyways. So, needless to say, there was no bread. Surprisingly, there was milk and eggs. There was more milk than eggs. Did not see water, or very little of it. So see, like I said, I need to cut that page though. And then I can cover this nicely. But this gives me pages that I can work on now. Alright. So I hope that makes somewhat some sense, but let's like I said, I will have to redo this style so that you guys can see, and we'll go a lot slower and we'll work through it together. But for now, let us go and see our seasonal reasons. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, MJ, for having me. I really appreciate you. Love you very much. And you guys have an awesome, wonderful evening. Stay warm wherever you're at. I do need to do that. I do need to try your frozen loaf bread. So thank you, friends. I love you guys. And you guys will be seeing this one more as I finish it up. So thank you and have a wonderful